Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Ustinov.
I'm very proud of this. It's actually the Albanian Oscar. It's the only useful award that anybody's ever won. It's very nice of you to come. I accepted the invitation long after most of you. When I heard the quality of people, so many old friends, and so many people I've never met at all, which is always very exciting, but have admired from further away than this. And if I don't recognize you at once, you must forgive me. Hello, Tom. I'm extremely long-sighted. And it's wonderful to be in England, which I appreciate perhaps more because I'm not here all the time, and because I only arrived here in the first instance by chance. My mother was 8 months pregnant when we arrived at Harwich. We arrived, I was traveling as extra weight, and I should have been born in Holland. But I was born in London. My mother was so unacquainted with England that she couldn't understand on the trip from Harwich to London why every station was called Bovril. And we arrived just in time for me to be delivered here. And so my regard for England has always been that of an extremely friendly foreigner, but one who feels more at home here than perhaps anywhere else in the world. I say this because my real concept of the essence of Englishness came when my mother told me a story. My mother was a painter, and she designed the interior of Covent Garden and the ballet for the state visit of President Lebrun in 1938 in order to celebrate the Entente Cordiale. And she was selected, together with Dame Ninette de Valois and Constant Lambert, to be presented to Queen Mary. She knew nothing about that kind of protocol or etiquette. And she was told that she must not change the direction of her eyes, she must look directly in front of her, and only speak when she was spoken to. So she stood in the front row with the three of them, with the two of them, she was the third, and Queen Mary swept in, as I had seen her on one occasion in Harrods, looking very much, Ted, like a magnificent ship in full sail, and accompanied by one of the elderly ladies who lived in Hampton Court, a Grand Duchess, Pless, Nassau, Coburg, Gotha, and Wittelsbach, with a tiara, and she was really very, very small, and Queen Mary was this majestic person. And they arrived opposite Ninette de Valois, and my mother stood rigidly like that. And Queen Mary said something like, "You often find that you have yes and Ninette de Valois said, "No, we haven't." Everybody's here for the gentleman. Yes. On the whole. And then my mother sensed that Queen Mary was moving one closer to her. And Constant Lambert was a huge man who drank rather a lot and who was always slightly sidelong. And she still looked rigidly ahead, not daring to see what was happening. And she heard Queen Mary say, "And you? I found you the best minute." And Constant Lambert said, I Really. Then there was a pause, and Queen Mary landed in front of my mother. And she looked at her and said, and left. So the Grand Duchess, caught between her desire, need to follow Queen Mary and to say some sort of consoling word to make up for this absence of any communication, just had time to grip my mother's wrist and say, "What a pity about the revolution." So that's a certain aspect of Englishness which I've always found very attractive. And another one is that this country is still very, very full of surprises. There was a visit to England the other day from a Dutchman who had lived a quiet and sheltered life and produced the definitive book on the painting of Peter de Hoogh, of Dutch interiors, quiet women sweeping floors and yachts in the background and windmills and occasional cow and everything, the very epitome of peacefulness. And this man was in his early 60s, and he had occasion to be invited to a ducal house by a mutual friend of the Duke and of his in England. He arrived there, and to his horror, having written the definitive book, which was now published in magnificent coffee table style, with all the paintings that Peter de Hoogh had ever painted, he suddenly saw two new ones on the wall that he had never seen, and he got terribly excited and said to the friend, "But I think these are by Peter de Hoogh." And the friend said, "By whom?" "By Peter de Hoogh." He said, "Well, you'd better ask the Duke." "How does one call the Duke?" "You call him His Grace." "Thank you very much." And he went and said, "His Grace, these pictures are by Peter de Hoogh." "Are by what?" "Peter de Hoogh." "I don't know. I don't know what they are, really." "That fellow's painted on wood, of course." "I know that, because when I was younger, I used to throw a ball against it, and it had a very true bounce. But the other one, probably the other one was in the other wing before the fire, but I don't remember it at all. You want me to call for the black book, and then I can, you see, they have tiddlywinks on the frame. Look very carefully there. And you read me out the number, and I'll tell you what they are. That would be very wonderful, His Grace." And the butler appeared this size. "Bellamy, the black book." Came back with it, and the Duke "Have you got the numbers?" He said, "Yes, they're 104 and 106. "Oh, I wonder what happened to 105. 104, yeah. What did you say they were?" "Peter de Hoogh." Full marks. "What is that, German?" No, it's Dutch." I beg your pardon. "It's Dutch from Holland." "From the Netherlands." Once more. "From the Low Countries." "Oh, the Low Countries. Oh, very interesting." And he was about to shut the book when the Dutch expert said, "Could you tell me where you acquired them?" "Where we what?" "Where you acquired them." Oh, yes. We bought them from the artist.